Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Read M. My name is Emily and a very exciting video today for you guys because I have a pretty big book haul. The way that I've accumulated all these books recently is that one, I went on vacation and every time I go on vacation I love to go to local bookstores and just buy books. Secondly, I had a local library book sale recently and those are my main times when I buy books because they're so insanely cheap. And so I'm going to start out with the books that I bought actually on vacation because there's only 4 of them. But the rest of them, which is, wait, let me count, 11 books, I got them for probably less than $9 all in total. So that's just, it's really quite a steal. So I really recommend you keep tabs on your local libraries and their book sales because it's a great way to get books and it helps support your local library by helping them go through their catalog. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the ones that I actually bought new. First up, I have this Poison Heart by Kellen Barron. And I don't know too much about this except that it is about a girl who has some sort of powers that has to do with plants, as you can probably tell from the cover. And she is in some sort of a state because her aunt passed away and then like mysterious things start happening. So yeah, there's already a few tropes I like with like an estate, a family member who passed away with like some secrets, that kind of thing. And then I also was just really excited because the girl on the cover has glasses and I feel like that's something that just like doesn't happen enough in like books for some reason. Like I just feel like most of the time characters just don't have glasses and it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but it's just nice to see when they do because sometimes, you know, having glasses is just a normal thing. So yeah, this is just exciting and I'm excited to get to this one and I really love this cover. Next up is a book that I have been eyeing for like several months now. Every time I would go to a bookstore, even locally, I would keep looking at it and almost bought it, but then I just kept, I don't know why, I just kept putting it off being like, obviously I'm gonna read it eventually because it's like so, like it looks so good. But I just never bought it, but I finally bought it when I was on vacation, and that is Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Iyamide. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but hopefully. But Ace of Spades, what I know about it, again, I don't like to know too much going into books, so my synopses might be, you know, slightly vague, but you can always look them up on Goodreads if you want to know more. But what I know about this is that it's a dark academia that takes place in a boarding school, and it has to do with secret societies, and I know it's pitched as something meets Get Out, which really also appeals to me because I love the movie Get Out. I've seen it like so many times. And even the first page, Gossip Girl meets Get Out. The first page has quotes from Gossip Girl and Get Out. I've never seen Gossip Girl, but I love Get Out. Even the dedication talks about Get Out, so I feel like, I don't know, the vibes here are just really intriguing me, and I've heard that the ending is absolutely insane, which is also like one of my favorite things when twists come and endings are insane. Some people find it annoying and unrealistic, but I just like really like when things kind of go off the rails. So yeah, I'm super excited to get to this one as well. Next up is a book that I really don't think I've heard anyone talk about. I just was really drawn to it by the cover and the genre really sounds good to me. It really appeals to me. So that is Victories Greater Than Death by Charlie Jane Anders. Again, like I said, I haven't heard anyone talk about this. I don't think it necessarily has the best reviews. It has kind of mixed reviews, but it's like super short and Holly Black blurbs on the front, and I think it's like a space opera kind of situation. Also, oh my god, the end pages, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So, I don't know, it just sounds pretty fun. I love space books, so I had to pick this up based on like, it's just pretty and sounds cool. So here it is. Oh, I found a bookmark inside the last one. Shout out to Longfellow Books. I got this one there. Anyway, so the last book I got is one that's been on my TBR for so many years, probably like 4 or 5 years already, and I've only heard amazing things about it, and it is The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. And I know that I think it's not an anthology because it's only one author, and I think the stories connect, but it's like short stories that all take place in like I think a small Alaskan town, and I think they connect, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to know too much about it, but apparently it's just amazing. Again, it's really short as well. And Gail Forman blurbed it on the front, a thrilling, arresting debut. That's quite an adjective she used there, arresting. So I don't know. I just heard amazing things about it. The title's really fun. The cover is like just, the vibe of it really appeals to me as well. And I don't think I read a book that takes place in Alaska. Actually, that might be a lie, but I haven't read too many anyway. But yeah, so this is just another exciting one. So those are all the books that I bought new, and the rest of this haul are all gonna be books that in total I paid like $9 for. So I don't know, it's just very exciting to me. That's why I kind of went a little crazy also, just for a little explanation. I don't buy new books too often. It's usually only on vacation. I get them as gifts or I go to these library book sales and pay like 20 cents for a book. So first up is a very, very well-loved book here on BookTube, as opposed to some of the other ones I was talking about that are a little bit lesser known. We have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. And so, yes, it is very well loved on BookTube, but it's also very well loved by people I know in real life. Like my mom, some of my friends have said this is like one of their all-time favorite books, and you know, it's a little battered, this copy. It has the sticker, which I'll have to try to remove, but it kind of matches, you know, this cover. But I bought it anyway because I just heard such incredible things about this, and I loved Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which I know came after this, but I think it has sort of similar vibes. I know this is an adult fantasy rather than young adult like Caraval, but I'm just still super interested in this, and I need to get to it eventually, so I'm glad I finally have a physical copy. Okay, so next up is a bit of a funny one. We have City of Thieves by David Benioff, and I actually used to own this book, and it could very well be this copy for all I know, but I bought this book at a used library book sale several years ago, and then I unhauled it because I thought it wasn't something I was super interested in, because I, at the time, wasn't really liking historical fiction that much, and I don't know, I just didn't think I would like it that much. But then since then, I kept seeing amazing reviews of this, saying it was like so good, and then I read The Boy in Striped Pajamas recently, like within this year or past year, and I loved that, and so I just really wanted to give another short World War II historical fiction classic a try, and I just feel like it might be amazing. So I picked it up again. So that's what this is. Next up is another very exciting one. I mean, these are all really exciting. I was excited to find all of these. It's so fun to go to like used book sales and like just dig through like all of the things and just, I don't know, just find gems. I don't know, something about it is just so exciting to me. So next up we have Dark Places by, I always say this wrong, I don't know if it's Gillian Flynn or Gillian Flynn, because I've heard it pronounced both ways, so I don't know. But this author wrote Gone Girl, which is a thriller that I really loved, and the movie as well. And so this is another one of hers. The back, like, beginning just really, really intrigued me, but also I just wanted to read it anyway because it was this author. But this is, I'm just gonna read the very beginning of the synopsis, like nothing too deep into it, so don't worry about spoilers or anything, but this is just like what I saw and I was like, okay, like kind of need that. So it says, Libby Day was 7 when her mother and 2 sisters were murdered in the Satan sacrifice of Kinnicky, Kansas. She survived and famously testified that her 15-year-old brother Ben was the killer. 25 years later, the Kill Club, a secret society obsessed with notorious crimes, locates Libby and pumps her for details. So first of all, the crime itself is like intriguing, but I really like books that kind of take place later and are trying to investigate something from the past, or just like an outside group trying to investigate something rather than the police. I do enjoy police procedurals as well. I know a lot of people don't, but it's especially exciting with like a secret society aspect. I just think that's kind of fun, and when it's like a civilian, it makes you feel like, you know, I could solve this thing too, even though like I could really never do that. I don't know, it's just fun. Also, another thing that really intrigued me was that when I first flipped it open, I saw that it started with a schoolyard rhyme, which, you know, is a way to put it. I'll just read that to you too. Also, this is the very first page, so not a spoiler, but this also really intrigued me as well. The Days were a clan that might have lived long, but Ben Day's head got screwed on wrong. That boy craved dark Satan's power, so he killed his family in one nasty hour. Little Michelle he strangled in the night, then chopped up Debbie, a bloody sight. Mother Patty he saved for last, blew off her head with a shotgun blast. Baby Libby somehow survived, but to live through that... My dog's barking. But to live through that ain't much of life. So that is just something. And Gillian Flynn's writing is impeccable in general. Like her, like Gone Girl at least is what I've read. Her writing reminded me so much of Stephen King, and it was just enthralling, and I'm excited for this. Okay, so next up we have yet another adult thriller. I have been really eyeing up thrillers recently, even though I haven't been reading too many, which, you know, don't really know what to say about that, but I really want to get back into reading more mysteries and thrillers. So next up I have The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I have not read any Ruth Ware books, but I've heard mixed things about some of her earlier ones, but this one I've heard amazing things about, especially from Kayla from Books and Lala, so yeah, I'll link her down below if you want to check out her channel. But this is a retelling of The Turn of the Screw, which I have not read and don't know anything about, but if that appeals to you, that would be an added bonus to this. But I just know, again, I don't know too much going into this. There's not even anything on the back that tells you what it's about. Oh, I do see though it says Ruth Ware has been called the Agatha Christie of our generation, which is quite an endorsement. I love Agatha Christie. I think that this is about a house that's doing mysterious things, like the house itself. I could be wrong, but that would kind of make sense based on this key situation. But I don't really want to know anything going into this, so that's what this one is. It's very exciting. I kind of like the cover. I mean, it's cool. It really is cool, like the shininess of it. Okay, well yeah, that's this one. Next up, I think is the one I'm the most excited about. When I was like, going into the book sale, this was like the book I was like kind of low-key trying to find. Like, I was like hoping it was there because I've been hearing such good things about it recently. So that is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I think actually Kayla didn't really love this one as much, but Meg with Books, I'll also link her down below, like was obsessed with this, and I just think it sounds so good. Look at the tagline, right? It says The Guest List. You'd kill to be on it. And it says, an exclusive wedding on a remote Irish island. The bride, the plus one, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid, all have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. And if you know me, you know I love an isolated island with some sort of gimmick and a whodunit situation, and also I love British mysteries like Sherlock, and this is Irish, so it's like, it's not British, but like, you know, similar vibes, European. Oh my god, it's just exciting. It's just so exciting, and that's all I need to know about this. It's really all I need to know about this, and I'm so excited. You know, it gives me some almost And Then There Were None vibes, some Ready or Not vibes. Impeccable. I'm very excited about this. So next up is a book that I actually have on my Kindle, but I kind of forgot about it, but that's okay because I like to own the physical copy anyway, and this was like 20 cents, so it was worth it. So I got Challenger Deep by Neil Shusterman. So Neil Shusterman wrote the Scythe series as well as like a lot of other books that I own, but for some reason still haven't read, and I seem to just be gaining a collection of his books without reading them. But Challenger Deep I know has to do with mental health, and it has like illustrations in it. Again, I don't know too much about it other than that. This is actually an ARC, which you're not actually supposed to technically sell, but it's a library books now, like whatever. But that's okay. So I was excited to pick this up, and yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about this one. I don't know much about it, but I'm excited to get to it. Next up was a super exciting find, and that is One of Us Is Next by Karen McManus. And the reason I was excited about this is that even though I haven't read One of Us Is Lying, which is the first one, I have like the red UK edition like this with like the sprayed edges and this edition, and so I was like, okay, I don't know for sure if I'm gonna like One of Us Is Lying, although I expect to. This edition is hard to find because you have to order it from Book Depository, it takes forever, it's more expensive, whatever. I don't even know why I ordered that edition originally, but I'm just so excited to see this and buy it for like 20 cents, and so now if I like the first one, I can just read the sequel and I have it in the same matching edition, which is just a blessing. It's just really amazing. So yes, that's what this one is. So I'm not gonna tell you about this one because I don't know. This is a sequel, so I'm not gonna spoil, but I know the first one is pitched as like murder mystery meets The Breakfast Club. So yeah, anyway, that's all you need to know. Oh, my camera's kind of dying, so I'm gonna try to speed it up a little bit. But we have Every Day by David Levithan, and I know that this is about someone, I think, who wakes up in a different body every day, but he's kind of trying to keep finding the same girl over and over again. Not really sure if that's true, but it's one of my close friends' favorite books. She just loves this book and tells everyone to read it, so I saw it and I picked it up. Quick little funny story about David Levithan is that one year when I was at BookCon, I went to like a signing event with a bunch of different authors, and he actually wasn't one of the authors, but after I got like all my books signed, he was just handing out buttons, so I got a button from David Levithan. Fun little fact. Next was actually such a perfect find because just the other day, like 2 days before the book sale, I was adding a bunch of books to my TBR that were young adult books that take place in college, and I could only find like 5, honestly. Like, if you have any like decisions in YA, like you're in publishing or something, please let there be more YA books that take place in college. Like, just please, because all there is right now is like romance books, but that's not what no, I don't mean that. Like, it can be like, you know, young adult romance books, but I'm not trying to get like romance books in college. Like, that's not what I'm looking for here. We're trying to find coming of age books in college because not everyone is done coming of age in high school. Anyway, that's just a tangent. But this is one of the books that is a young adult book that takes place in college. And so that is American Panda by Gloria Chow. I think the way that this book kind of got around the young adult college thing is that the main character is actually still 17. I mean, I was 17 when I started college, but like I was turning 18. This girl's like, I think like probably freshly 17 because she skipped a year in high school essentially, and she's starting as a freshman at MIT because she's like really smart, whatever. But still, it takes place in college, so that's exciting. That's kind of all I know about it. I think it's like a young adult romance, and it has to do with Taiwanese culture. I was also super excited because I really don't like the other cover of it. I don't know why, I just think it's really cheesy, but this one's cuter, so that's exciting too. Only 2 more left. So next up I have Words on Bathroom Walls by Julia Walton. This book, I'm pretty sure tackles the topic of schizophrenia. I don't know that much other stuff about it, but I think one of my friends either really liked it or really wanted to read it. I can't really remember, but either way, that made me remember it. And also the movie has 2 actors that I am interested in watching more from, which is one is Charlie F. Plummer. He was in Looking for Alaska, and I loved him in that show. Like, if you haven't seen the Looking for Alaska show, even if you like hate the book, just watch the show. The show is so good. It's on Hulu. It's 1 season. It's so good. Like, so good. Like, at first you might be like, oh my god, cheesy, like, what is Alaska? She's so annoying and like such like a I'm not like other girls, and the guy's like obsessive and strange and like obsessed with like Manic Pixie Dream Girl kind of situation. But that's kind of the point. Like, just keep watching it. Just keep watching it and think about what John Green's trying to say, and you're gonna appreciate it. Okay, sorry, that was a whole tangent, but just watch that show. So good. Anyway, so he is in the movie of this, and so is Taylor Russell, who is going to be in Bones and All, which is another one of my favorite books of the year, and she is starring in that movie alongside Timothée Chalamet, and it's Luke Guadagnino in the movie, which is one of my favorite directors, and so I'm just excited for those actors, and I just want to read this so I can watch the movie. Anyway, yeah, that's what this is. And last up, we have one more book, and that is Jellico Road by Melina Marchetta. And I believe, I could be wrong, but this is an Australian book, but I've heard so many people talk about it, mostly like several years ago, but I feel like everyone says that this is such a good book. I don't know if it's like sad or mystery. I honestly don't really know. I really like the size of it. It's very like short and fun, but that's kind of fun. I don't really notice about, I don't know, but I just heard good things about it. That's all I know. I don't know. It just seems cool, so I picked it up, and I've heard a lot of great things about it. Yeah, that's a great synopsis, Emily. Good job. That is all I have today for my huge book haul, where I hold 15 books. You know, we all know I don't need more, but they fall into my hands. I can't resist. So thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to get to all these books soon. I've been working on a few other videos that should be coming out pretty soon, but those are taking a little longer than expected because I have to read a bunch of books for them. So I hope to see you guys next time. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting for engagement, and yeah.